Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. We are here without guests today, and I do have Amanda here with me, I think. She's somewhere in the back. We've had reported problems about our link to the 904 Now feed, so Amanda's making sure all of that is good. And once again, I want to thank Sheriff Hardwick for coming in yesterday, and I want to thank his challenger, Jim Priester, for coming in on Monday. Some very interesting shows. A little harder for me to just do straight interviews. In the old days, it was much easier, but there's all kinds of things to talk about. When we do those interviews, I try not to interrupt the candidates because it's their time to talk. So hopefully you, our audience, and anybody else who's watching has found those helpful. I wish that Troy and I had time to do more of those, but our schedules were such that we could not. So in an effort to catch up on advertising revenue, we have ads to read. And we got to make money because if we don't have money, we're not going to be here. So we definitely want to do that. And Solomon Services is the premier place for personal training in St. Augustine. They specialize in both youth and adult personal training classes. They have small group strength and fitness development classes and athletic development for team and individual sports performance. If you've been injured, they can help you get back on the field or the court in better shape quicker. And all of their coaches are certified through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. Go by their facility. It's fantastic. It's got indoor and outdoor turf areas. I will be there tomorrow morning with an amazing crew of people that will drag me through a workout. Give them a call, 904-461-9945. Solomon Services, the place where you can get in shape.
Do you have dinner plans tonight? If not, join the Tringali family for dinner. You can head over to Carmelo's Pizzeria. They were voted best pizza 9 years running. New York style brick oven pizza. They also serve salads, subs, wings, and more. Or you can head over to 123 Burger House. They were voted best burger 3 years running. Burgers, wings, chicken, salads, authentic wood-fired pizza, and they have ice cream for dessert. Both restaurants offer dine-in, takeout, or delivery through Bite Squad and Grubhub. Tringali family would love to have dinner with you tonight. We also have Hebert Kresge Associates. They are a full-service local CPA firm with a team of skilled professionals dedicated to providing top-level service in the areas of tax compliance, planning for businesses, individuals, estates, and trusts. They do audits, reviews, and other accounting services. They also do business valuations, forensic analysis, and litigation support. You can reach Hebert Kresge Associates at 904-460-0747 or online at hebertkresgecpa.com.
That was close. I almost got everything shared between now and then. Also, Epic. They're an absolutely amazing organization. For over 50 years, Epic has been a beacon of hope for our community, providing compassionate care for those touched by substance abuse or mental health disorders. Whether you're a kid, teen, adult, couple, or family, that means all of you, Epic is there to lend a helping hand with a range of programs tailored to meet diverse needs. Epic offers accessible solutions for everyone, from their walk-in access center to their mobile response team, from inpatient detoxification to outpatient counseling. Epic provides comprehensive care every step of the way. Their services include psychiatric evaluations, medication management, medication-assisted treatment, care conditioning, peer support, suicide prevention training, parenting education. Those utes can be a problem sometimes, and much more. But give Epic a call. They're absolutely a wonderful group. Very happy to have them as a sponsor with us, and they've been an amazing addition to our community for over 50 years. Amanda isn't even that old yet.
Nope.
Been here longer than her. All right, in our update, community outreach, there is a meeting on August the 19th at 6 p.m. in the Alcazar Room at City Hall. It's to host homeowner outreach meeting for residents seeking elevation grants. Let me put that in basic language.
That's sexy talk, man.
Those of you that want to raise your house and you live in the city because your house is flooded, this is the meeting that you need to go to. The city calls it the city to host homeowner outreach meeting for residents seeking home elevation grants. This is where the federal government may or may not give you money to help you raise your house if you've been flooded. So August 19th, 6 p.m., Alcazar Room, really, really important if you've dealt with that, because some of my neighbors have been flooded 4 times on the island, and it's not fun. So go down there and see if they can give you a hand.
So in this case, you want to raise the whole house, not just raise the roof?
I want to raise the whole house, yes. Yeah. I want to get them out of the flood zone.
All right, good.
Out of the flood zone.
We're very warm. So, Pete, you're in the comments. If you can tell me how to fix the white balance, then I would greatly appreciate it because that camera is warm today.
Are we hot?
Look at that. Look at that.
Am I hot? Oh my gosh.
You look very tan. You look burned.
This is the best tan I've ever had. I want everyone to know there's some people running for office who think they have a wonderful tan, but I've got the best tan of all. You can see it right here. Some people say it might be the best tan ever on the 904 now, but it's an amazing tan. Pete Melfi's never had a tan this good, ever.
Pete, did you put on the Trump filter?
Oh, he probably did. He probably did it to Davey.
The desk looks yellow.
It's just my desk.
We're
I know.
very sepia.
I really am. It's not the green shirt that's doing it.
I pushed all the buttons to try and get it back, and none of the buttons said WB or white balance, and I couldn't get it back.
With this green shirt, I feel like the Martian from Bugs Bunny. Look at me, and I'm like,
you need a black helmet.
That's the Martian from Bugs Bunny.
The green's nice.
The green is nice. The red is a bit over the top, Pete.
I know.
What did I do to you,
Pete did
Melfi?
put it on.
I know.
What magic combination? Is this like playing Street Fighter? I need like to hit the buttons in the right combination and the right repetition to get white balance?
Probably.
What happened?
Right. Also, My Ascension. You absolutely need to see this free film screening, My Ascension. It's a powerful film that advocates for suicide prevention and awareness. It's August 25th through 29th. This is put on by Epic and a whole host of other people. But go to Epic's webpage. You can get information on that. And Amanda's put the link up as well, or she's getting ready to put it up if she doesn't already have it up.
You looked up too late.
And then also the 4th annual Recovery Fair, September 2024. It is September 28th, noon to 4 p.m. at the St. Augustine Classic Car Museum, 4730 U.S. Highway 1 South. Every person, every family, every community. So they have entertainment, recovery resources, guest speakers.
They send them as PDFs, and PDFs don't show
trucks. What would you like them as?
JPEGs, so that I can show them
I will see if I can get them or convert them.
I can make it. I can convert it. I just didn't do it early enough.
Oh,
my bad.
That's okay. Your other job got in the way.
Yeah.
School started.
My 3 other jobs. We can talk about it.
Did school start? Oh, I'm
for
sorry.
Sure.
Mrs. Troy Blevins with multiple other jobs and busier than everyone else.
Yeah, he handles the 14 jobs better than I do, I think.
Well, that's because he only shows up 2 of them, but he claims the other 12.
He doesn't look a day over 72.
He doesn't look.
See, he's holding up so well.
He's doing really well. The grandkids are really enjoying their time with him.
I am the meme. Homeschooling's not hard. I don't look a day over 29.
Pull up a picture of Grandpa from Hee Haw. And if Troy wears his clicks, I think he looks a lot like
his
Grandpa
clicks.
from Hee Haw. Yes, his clicks from Hee Haw.
Grandpa.
He does. I know.
Oh, that's...
God, Pete really did a number on my tan.
Right?
I know.
I tried. Grandpa Jones.
I feel a little bit like an Oompa Loompa.
He only has the mustache, though.
I know, but if Troy shaved, he would look just like Grandpa Jones.
That's true.
I'm not kidding. He would look like Grandpa Jones. Okay, in the Jackie Hurd calendar, which we love, and August's picture is an amazing picture of the courtyard inside the Leitner Museum, Alcazar Hotel. Today is the 14th. There's music and art by the sea. Music and art by the sea.
We think this is Grandpa?
That's Grandpa. I'm telling you, if you put Troy, make Troy shave the beard, put that hat on him, glasses.
I can see that. I mean, I'm just looking at this man's skin. I know it's old photography and it's, just naturally more of a filtered look, but he looks like a very young man that's pretending to be old. Is that true?
Yes. This is my mail.
Good gracious. Are those all new?
Those are new. These are all new. Every one of them is new.
That's hilarious.
I don't get a text message from anybody. I save the one on top. I don't get a text message from anybody. I don't get phone calls from anybody, but my mailbox is exhausted.
Lily B, read the room, baby girl.
Look, I'm gonna.
This is beautiful and it's very education friendly. That top banner at the top. The only Democrat running for school board in District 5 in St. Johns County. So if what you think school boards need are more Democrats or people on the left side of the aisle, Lily B is your gal.
I give her credit for being out there on it.
She's unique.
But if I was running for school board in San Francisco and I put on there as only conservative, I don't think I'm going to win.
I mean, read the room.
It's a very conservative district, very conservative.
It's a bad.
If I had been advising her, which I'm not, because she didn't ask, but if I had been, I would have said, just run on you, do all the other cute stuff that you have there, leave the Democrat out of there. Tell your Democrat friends you're a Democrat, but don't tell anybody else you're a Democrat.
Yep.
Because there's more people showing up to vote for this massive Republican primary than there is for the Democrat primary. Now, there's hardcore Republicans, there's moderate Republicans, there's liberal Republicans. There are Democrats that register as Republicans and independents that register as Republicans so they can vote in this primary because we have a closed primary. Telling them all you're a Democrat. And I get it that, the Democrats can vote for her. Maybe that's the thing. She could, the Republicans could split the vote three ways, right? And she could knock right in.
They don't even have to vote for her, do they? Because it's primary.
The school board.
Okay.
Yeah.
The school board race is
the
definitive.
School boards are nonpartisan.
Technically. Evidently not.
Not anymore, but they're supposed to be.
So it says Democrat there. It says Democrat here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, man. She uses all the buzzwords that are if I was advising her campaign, I would say these are political suicide for a county that's more than 60% registered Republican.
Yep.
Especially since she's trying to go onto a school board. These are all of the words you don't want to put. Man, who's advising you, baby girl?
Well, I will say this. She did take the picture of her and Pelosi off. So you have to give her credit.
This was not mailed to you, by the way.
It wasn't mailed to me.
This was not mailed to you.
No, it wasn't.
She's not reaching out to Mike Davis. So I now know how one of your family members is registered.
Oh, no. I have family members that are not registered as Republicans.
That's what I'm saying.
I have multiple family members that are not registered as Republicans, right? I'm not going to tell you.
She's endorsed by labor. These are all things that you would not want to put on a very
I wouldn't do it.
Staunchly conservative county.
Absolutely phenomenal ad for someplace that is left leaning. Absolutely phenomenal.
I have observations. So I've been going through all of his mail. And I have observations.
Not the bills. She's not paying any of those.
No, for sure not. I even slipped some of my own bills into his mail just to see if
That's where that came from.
There was a dude that, oh my word, he just got arrested.
When you start with there was a dude, and I've been gone for a week, I have no idea where this is going.
There was a dude that was busted because he sent bills to Meta and to other mega corporations.
And they paid him.
And they paid them blindly.
Yeah.
His problem was he did it repeatedly to the same corporations.
Okay.
If he had just done it across multiple corporations and then just been happy with his haul, nobody would have noticed. They wouldn't have noticed one payout. They probably wouldn't have noticed one every year or every other year. But he did it multiple times, got so much money, and now he's been arrested. He's being charged.
I think it was Superman 3.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. Decides that the half cents are floating out there in cyber world, and he puts them all on his check, and it's like a $17 million check. It was a ridiculous amount back then. Today, we would all laugh and go, I wouldn't get caught. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the, I think they were going after $100,000 or $300,000 in, it's a mad, mad, mad world. Like today, I'm like, I got to drive that far? I'll use half the money on gas.
Well, that's the joke from one of the Austin Powers movies is that Dr. Evil, it's probably the first one. Dr. Evil wakes up and he asks for $1 million and everybody's like, that's nothing.
That's nothing. You got to ask for more.
Dude, there's so many.
Yeah, I know.
There are so many.
My mailbox is just, I'm going to have to buy a new one.
I don't get these.
It's just, so many of them are for the same candidate. I'll get 2 and 3 for the same candidate. Like, oh my gosh, I might forget who it was. And I know I'm old candidates, but I'm not that old. I can read one and I'm pretty good.
There's a couple of them that are they're limited edition because you only have one of them already.
Yes.
But some of these are the exact same one.
I know.
This is new. This is limited edition. Dude, I got a spreadsheet. I'm working on a spreadsheet.
Are you working on a total spreadsheet?
Yes, I have a spreadsheet.
Awesome.
This is wild.
Now, what I would advise you to do, since you got skunked at the midterms 2 years ago, because you just picked the worst things.
Yeah. I went in cold, no research, and just went anti-incumbent, and that did not work out for me.
This time. It might. It might. We don't know yet. But what I would tell you.
Hope not, based on our week of interviews.
But the other thing I would tell you is start adding up the mailers because that's the person with the most money. The most mailers is the most money. And if I were you and you didn't know in a race, I would bet on the person with the most money. Now, that's not always true.
That is the Mike Davis rule. I just don't know how to find the money. I know it's on Vicky Oaks' website.
It's on Vicky Oaks' website. Yep.
That's what I'm going to have to look at.
Yep.
But that means we're all going to, you and I both will pick the same candidates probably for most of the races. If we just go with the money.
As long as you don't come in dead last. And the bet was to take 4 people to lunch. And I felt so bad for you because you have 3 jobs, none of them which pay you more than half of minimum wage.
Nothing. That's why I have so many.
Minimum wage if you add all of them together?
I do now. I do get minimum wage per hour now. But that's after raises.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This was the one that started above minimum wage. If you really want to make money, you should weirdly enough.
You should start gambling because I know you can make money at that.
I don't think so.
Thank
You've seen my picks.
I have. Yeah.
No, that is terrible advice. What I should do is just give money to Levi and he can gamble for me. And that would probably end up better than if I gambled for myself.
Levi's probably pretty good.
That's what I hear.
Levi's probably pretty good.
Yeah. And Levi's not here. He's busy. He had an emergency.
He had real work to do. We missed him here today. He had real work to do.
This is my most lucrative job. This is my real work.
I don't like to gamble. I work too hard for my money. So I have a lot of friends who are like, oh, I'm betting on this game or that game. And I'm like, good luck. It just doesn't bring me any joy.
Yeah. Do what brings you joy, Mike Davis.
That is correct. Helping other people.
Yes.
That brings me joy.
That is a perfect thing to do.
Brings me joy. It does.
Good for you. Good for the environment.
Yes.
There's a lot going on in that plot of dirt next to Circle K.
There's a lot going on. There's 4 houses going up, which are duplexes. So we'll have 8 units, 25% of those. So 2 of the units will be for veterans. And we have a service center that they're getting ready to pour, if they haven't already poured footings on, probably sometime this week. And then they're going to start laying block. They're going to start pouring slabs. And then these things are going to get framed up pretty quick.
Pretty sweet.
So we're
I like it.
Feel really good about where we're at. So,
nice.
Yes.
I feel good that it's happening.
We could use some money, though. Not going to lie. We're a little bit over budget due to inflation. So if any of you have a big heart and you would like to give to Home Again St. John's, we would love to have some money. Love to
I'll find it.
And Frank DeMari and his crew are doing a really good job.
Awesome.
They're doing a good job. So they are. In case someone was wondering who's building it, it is not I. Not
you?
Nope. That's strictly a volunteer job.
All right.
Volunteer to the point of hiring somebody else to do the work because you can't volunteer to do it if you're like going to get paid.
This you guys?
That's us right there.
All right. Check it out, guys.
It's a brand new website.
That's why I didn't recognize it.
It's a brand new website. We have a new board member.
There's a Home Again St. John's in Denver, so I want to make sure.
We're not them. We're not them.
Make sure. I know that sign though. All right, I'll drop it in the comments.
All right, thank you. All right, you and Levi were discussing Olympic medals last week.
We were.
And who did you pick?
We didn't.
Please tell me you didn't pick Trinidad and Tobago to be the gold medal champion.
No.
Okay.
I mean, that would fit my pattern, but no.
You don't even get the reference to Trinidad and Tobago as an Olympic powerhouse. Bill Murray's final speech at the end of Meatballs. He referenced Trinidad and
missed
Tobago,
that
the
one.
newest Olympic powerhouse.
I missed that one. Sorry.
We're
over my head.
I'm putting Meatballs on the wheel of destiny.
I'll add it.
You got to add Meatballs. It is an absolutely phenomenal movie about camp.
Speaking of which, have you watched Spaceballs?
No, but I will.
Yeah, you're actually excited about this.
I'm excited about this one. I have no problem. I might even, I got a trip coming up. I might download it to my computer or something and watch it on the trip. I'm thinking.
There's lots of places you can watch this one.
Where all can I watch this one?
Let me see. Let me pull it up.
Tell me all the places where I can watch Mel Brooks. You know, the funny thing is,
if you have Max subscription, if you pay for YouTube, if you pay for Hulu, pay for Roku channel, if you're a Prime member, Darcy is.
She is. I am not. I am not a part of the evil empire.
And then you can pay for it's your money.
I am not a part of the evil empire.
All right. Darcy's got her own money and her own job, and she pays.
None of my money goes to the evil empire.
Fandango $2.99, Google Play $3.99, and Apple TV $3.99.
Max has got it?
Max has got it.
I can watch it on Max. Cool.
Yep. And we are watching that movie. We're talking about that movie. Wrong channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about that movie, what? The last Tuesday? What date is that?
28th.
28th?
28th, 29th, 29th,
Well, let's
27th.
see.
Today's Wednesday,
27th.
27th. Yes.
27th we're talking about.
I knew if I threw enough dates out there that one of them would be correct.
It's somewhere in this room.
I was trying to figure out what Monday was, and I missed that. And then I was trying to figure out what Wednesday was, and then I had Monday and Wednesday, but I didn't have Tuesday, so I figured it out.
It's your process.
My brain works a little slow.
Yeah.
It's
Meatballs,
it's
I
not
have
the
to add it.
latest iPod version.
iPod isn't even a thing anymore.
Is it an iPhone now?
It's iPhone.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
See, I told you about the latest version.
it was not.
It's not. Probably like on version 2 on those iPhones.
All right.
Meatballs gets added to the
I'm
list.
gonna
'cause
add it.
We're going to add meatballs to the list.
So I have a theory
Yes.
that the last movie added, unless I add it, cut all the titles off, and then add them all back in. The last movie added is the one that's picked. Because the women was the last movie added, it was picked. The Final Countdown was the last movie added, it was picked. So I think the wheel is not as random as we had once hoped it would be.
So it's a Democratic wheel and it's rigged?
Perhaps.
I'm just asking.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, but
Possibly.
my hack for it is that I add all the updates, then I cut all of them off the list and paste them back on, and then they're all the last movie added, and then it's random. But unless I do that, it's not random.
Let's just 4 yucks.
Add meatballs and
Add
not do
meatballs
that?
and not do that. And let's
All right.
test your theory,
Dang it, y'all.
your
I'm
hypothesis.
going to have to watch meatballs. Well,
Well, I'll tell you what you could do. If I was you, I would create another Wheel of Destiny and another opening, and I would do what you're going to do with the others. Spin the one and go, okay, I was right about
well,
my
then it's
theory.
still random. Here, let's just add it on right now,
And
just
spin
for
it?
yucks and spin it. Because I'm just going to put it in the middle of the list. So here I am adding it to the middle of the list,
Okay.
and let's see what it says.
It's not gonna be-
This is just a test. This isn't a real,
This is not a real movie selection
Yes.
because Davey is not here.
but it will be on the list for the next time it's a
It'll
real.
be on the list.
Yes.
I'm
All
going
right.
to delete it and
I just wanna
re-add it
see.
while she's doing something else in the
If
studio.
only you had the link.
I just click buttons.
Nope. Busted my theory. The test is boy in the striped pajamas. Okay, so my theory's busted.
So you were wrong.
What's wrong?
Wrong.
Yes.
Melissa's
Just
right.
like-
It just doesn't matter. One of the greatest inspirational speeches of all time.
Meatballs.
Just doesn't matter. Yes.
So my theory was wrong, just like the defense's case.
Just like it
There's
doesn't hold
no
water.
way. No,
Just the
the defense is wrong.
We have had Marissa Tomei and Donald Trump on the show today.
Yeah, this is what happens
So many great guests. When you leave us alone, all kinds of crazy things.
when we're
happen.
not allowed to talk for the first 2 days of the week. This is what happens.
It was different. I'm glad we did the interviews.
Mhm.
As I said at the beginning, I think the interviews should be about the candidate.
Yeah.
And so my style of conversation is somebody says something and then I play off of that.
Yeah.
And so there were lots of things in their comments that I want to be like, but what about? But what
Mhm.
about? But all of those would have taken away from their opportunity to sell themselves to the voters.
Yeah.
And so I just sat here like biting my tongue for 2 days. And Troy did the same thing, which
Yeah.
is remarkable.
Yes. I mean, what's remarkable is I had so many opportunities for double entendres on Monday's interview that I did not take.
Yes.
I didn't take. I was so close. I almost started
What?
texting Troy.
And I see Davey in the comments. Davey, I have been working very hard. The next time that it is me, you, and Amanda together, I have a trivia game for you.
Oh, my word, Davey.
It is a Taylor Swift trivia game.
You are going to win,
And
Davey.
If you lose to Amanda in this game, Davey, oh, woe is you for the rest of your time with me on air. Woe is you, Davey.
Don't worry, you won't win.
Oh, my gosh.
Ugh.
Taylor Swift trivia. It is going to be awesome.
So he thinks this is going to be awesome. But what he fails to remember is I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. My daughter is. And so I'm interested in Taylor Swift currently because my daughter is a big fan of her, Both of my daughters are. And so I am a reluctant follower of Taylor Swift just so I can continue to stay relevant to my children.
Bring her.
It's pathetic.
Okay, she can be your phone a friend, and you
Yeah.
can bring her.
Well, if
And
Isabella
if this
plays,
trivia stumps two Taylor Swift Swifties, Kansas City Chiefs Swifties, I am going to be shocked.
because
Shocked, I tell you.
of Taylor Swift, my daughter wants Kansas City Chiefs jerseys.
Mhm.
Do you know how expensive they are for someone who barely knows what a touchdown is? I joke. I at least know. I'm the one explaining football to her, which is tragic, but at least she's getting something.
I'm so glad you didn't say a hole in six. I'm so glad that you didn't say that.
I mean, I know sports a little, but I don't
Mhm.
follow stats. And so, yes, I'm dumb.
Yes.
Yes, Davey is correct. I am a sponge, especially with stupid trivia that doesn't help me at all in my life, which is why I have to work 3 different jobs that don't pay me.
Bring your daughter. You can phone a friend. Davey will allow it. Then it's a Swiftie versus Swiftie, and we'll see who can win.
I think it should just be the 3 of us.
You're.
I think I want to see if Isabella and Davey,
I'm
who would
fine.
win between Isabella and Davey.
I think we have to have one option to text a friend. But Davey, you're not allowed to text Taylor Swift.
I think he's got her number.
I know he does.
She's just busy with
I
her
know.
boyfriend now.
Yep. I know.
It's hurtful.
Well, I have another theory that Davey
Oh,
has
man.
Travis's number, but I just haven't been able to verify that.
No comment.
No comment.
Although it would be adorable to watch Travis Kelce carry Davey Hartzell down the stage
It would be amazing.
and lay him down on a couch.
Yes, it would be amazing.
But Davey doesn't like his style, so I don't know if Davey
I
would
don't
be
know.
down.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah. But anyway, we got a great trivia game. Taylor Swift. I saw it.
Next week, you get to beat me, Davey.
Wait, I don't know if we're going to do it next week. Well, we might be able to.
Oh, we have election
well, we
show.
have election day, but we're going to do the election predictions on Monday.
Okay.
So that takes care of Monday. Tuesday, we're going to do a normal show with Davey.
Okay.
And then you guys are all going home. And then Pete is going to roll in the studio, and Pete and I are going to read returns.
Okay.
Reminds me of the old days of Pappy Schilling.
Those are long days.
Pappy Schilling was a broadcaster and reporter for WAOC.
I feel like we should have drinking party rules
Mm-hmm.
that we should make for the returns night.
I don't know. I don't know.
We can get an Uber.
I don't know. Maybe if you want to stay
Take
late.
a sip every time someone says Vicky Oaks.
If you want to, oh my gosh, we're done. We're done. I will be drinking water that night.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
Chug
just
your
gonna-
drink if all incumbents lose.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's football team is 0-1, and
Yes.
Jacksonville Jaguars are undefeated at 1-0. Bobby,
That's true.
it's just the preseason.
Yeah.
However, there were years we went without a win in the preseason, so we have to be excited about it. And Mac Jones looked good.
I think it's real sweet that the Chiefs let the Jaguars beat them so they'd feel good.
Yes. Davey, we're doing a normal show. Calm down. Calm down. Stop hyperventilating. Just told us funny. No, Davey, you're good. I figure we'll do the show. People are going to need a laugh on Tuesday
Yes.
because they're all wound up about these elections. And then
And then we
election
just
show.
stay later for election.
Yeah, I'm going to go get pizza.
All right.
I'll buy you pizza. So
Tringale family.
we can get pizza.
Carmelo's Pizzeria.
Carmelo's Pizza can do pizzas for us. Yep.
Nice.
That's it. That's it. We'll be good.
Do we get
Okay.
ice cream for dessert?
I can bring ice cream for dessert.
That's a new cup
That is, well, it's got
Awesome.
coffee in it. So I'm trying the coffee in the afternoon instead
of the energy drink.
I am. I was going to do that to impress Levi today, and then Levi ditched us today. So, can't impress anybody.
Hashtag
Not
vitamin
impressive.
B12.
Hashtag lost again. I know. Okay. I kind of have a couple of different questions out here.
All right.
One of the ones I wanted to talk about, I hit an article this week by Dr. Robert Malone.
Okay.
It was out early in August. It's Surveillance Capitalism.
Mhm.
And we are the commodity.
Yep.
So unlike the Matrix where we were plugged in and used for energy,
Mhm.
our phones, our computers, our TVs, and now our cars
Yes.
are picking up everything we're saying unless we turn all the microphones off or don't have a phone.
And I
And
feel like
tracking everywhere we go.
that's still a veiled attempt at hiding. If the microphone's there, they can listen to you whether you turn it off or not. You can turn it off, And that means they probably won't listen to you most of the time.
Mhm.
But if they get a warrant, they're going to turn it back on and you just won't know.
So does this mean Mike Davis in the future will have no TVs and phones in his house?
Probably.
Headed there.
I intentionally look for devices that don't have smart remotes, and you can't find them now. I avoided it for a long time, but you can't find things without smart. I don't want to be able to talk to my stupid remote. It never can tell what I'm saying anyway. I don't care. I'll push buttons. It's all right. I'm from the late 1900s. I can do that.
I have to tell you, there's a point with me if I have to push a certain amount of buttons to get a show to come on, I just don't watch it. It's like having that friend that had 6 zeros in their phone number when you had the rotary dial. It just wasn't worth calling them.
Yeah.
Like, dude, get a new number and we'll all call you. But if you have 6 zeros in your phone number and the other number's a 9, we're not calling you.
Yeah.
You're on your own to find out where the football and baseball game is.
My home number when I had a rotary phone, the last 4 digits were 6664. My parents wanted to switch the number.
Oh, man.
We did not switch the number. So that was my first phone number, 6664.
Well, at least it wasn't 86753. Jenny.
I mean, that might be more fun.
I had a buddy whose phone number was 1 digit off of the Blue Sky surfer. They always knew when the waves might be
like
good.
Kramer and movie
the
phone.
phone would just ring off the hook
Yeah.
at dawn on a Saturday or Sunday morning.
Yep.
No matter how late they stayed out Friday night or Saturday night, all the surfers were up. So, yes.
Yep.
Davey, call your first phone number and see if you're still there.
Ooh. See who's there.
See who's there.
Have you ever gone to, well, you've always lived here.
Mhm.
Maybe this is a dumb question for you, but have you ever gone to your old house and knocked on the door to see if you can go in and see your old room?
Yeah, I actually the house that Darcy and I first got married in flooded during Matthew. The new owner, which is probably the 3rd or 4th owner since we had owned it, called and said, "Hey, I know you used to own this house. You're a contractor. Can I appeal to your love for your old house to come fix it?" Because nobody could find a contractor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, that's kind of a unique ask. Yes, we'll be there." But I got to see the house, and then I got to see it. He did some more remodeling a little bit later. Really, really nice guy. And that
Very
was a
cool.
fun house for us as a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. And yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It was-
My brother did to the house that had the 6664 number.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. He wanted to show his now wife when they were dating. He went to all the places that he had lived in his childhood and took her on like a tour of his childhood, which is kind of cute. When they were road tripping around and visiting people for holidays.
If Darcy and I did a tour of Darcy's childhood and all the places her family
The
lived.
world tour, right?
If I were to leave today, I might make it back in January.
Yeah.
That family lived a lot of places.
Yeah.
And
We
it-
did not.
we didn't either. I mean,
Yeah.
no, it's kind of funny. We've been in 2 houses since we've been married. We've been married 35 years.
Yeah.
This year will be 29 years in 1 house. So, yeah.
We've lived in 2 houses in our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming up.
Yeah.
We're 18 years. Youngins.
Rookies.
Right.
Rookies. Rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
No. And no, Barbara Jean, that's why I really, right now, I'm looking for an older car. I'm looking for a car with no electronics, no backup mirror, none of the stuff. I just want to drive the car.
I like my backup mirror, but that's the only camera I want. The one pointed out back.
But now they have cameras like the front and the rear. I mean, Darcy's
Yeah,
has
it's
one
weird.
that produces a 360-degree view from overhead. And I'm like, where's the drone?
And they're talking about adding a camera or a sensor to watch your speedometer. And if you're over the speed limit based on
They'll rat
GPS,
you out.
based on GPS information, they'll rat you out or govern your speed.
Does anybody have a Model T for sale? And
Has
any
anyone-
electronics in
Has
that?
anyone ever heard of an emergency? Like, calm down, dude.
I don't want to.
No.
I don't want all that stuff. But anyway, so surveillance capitalism.
Yeah.
We are
services.
the commodity. So the question is, when do we get together and file a class action lawsuit against these companies that have billions and trillions of dollars and ask for our cut of the revenue because we generated the revenue?
Yeah.
because they stole our information. Wait a minute, suddenly my phone is blanked out and we're not on the air. No, I mean, and where do we get our cut? I'm waiting for it might not be a significant amount of money. It might be $20, but I want my cut.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to say, if you weren't on Prime and you didn't have an iPhone, you can't have any money. And I'm going to be broke.
Busted. If it's an online service, if it's a free online service, then you are the customer. They are selling your data. They're making money somehow. They're not giving it to you just through the goodness of their heart. They're selling your information. They're tracking your information and they're selling that. So if it is free, then you are the product, my friend.
Yes.
Someone is always selling something. And if they're not selling something to you, then they are selling you.
$2 rebate. As long as it's a $2 bill, Davey.
That's a Clemson thing.
A $2 bill?
Yeah, $2 bills. There was talk about, like, and it probably still is, about how they were obsolete and they were going to fade them out. And then it became
just like Clemson football.
It became a Clemson University alumni thing where you would go somewhere, tip really well, but tip all into $2 bills stamped with a Clemson Tiger. And then it became like this whole big thing. So it's kind of like the Duckies with the Jeeps.
So what you're saying is you defaced public money.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Both Barbara Jean and Melissa's windows crank up. So I'm assuming they mean crank out like a jalousie window. We had those in our first house.
Oh, yeah.
I changed
Barbara
them out.
Jean has the louvered windows, the multi-slat louvered windows that crank.
It's another version of the jalousie window. Yes. That's what those were called back in the day.
Since you know what they're called,
Kiddo,
maybe you can help her with screens. Barbara Jean needs screens on her jalousie windows.
I probably can. Builder Service Aluminum is a great place to get screens for those windows too. Builder Service Aluminum. Ron Carmen 797-1739.
You have it memorized. Man, you are from the mid 1900s. And
it's an old number,
memorized.
And numbers I used to have to dial, I can still remember.
Yeah.
I don't know your number. I don't know Davey's number. I dialed Troy's number 1 billion times to tell him he owes me money.
Because you love him.
No, well, I do. I love Troy. I love the fact that he buys me 7 lunches a quarter. And that's after I lost once. Davey got it.
Is that your current number, Davey?
No, that's the number for Ron Carmen at Builder Service.
Nice. Yes. Davey's a fast
Barbara
typer.
Jean,
We learned yesterday
tell
Davey's
them you
a
want
fast
the
typer.
Mike Davis discount.
Ooh.
And when he says he's going to charge you 5 times as much, say, no, not that Mike Davis, the other one.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know that I want to be the commodity. I feel a bit like a cattle being herded.
Well, that's kind of like certain pharmaceutical companies have reported record profits in the year 2020, 2021, 2022.
You know, some people just got lucky. Business was good that year.
Weirdly, the things that they were receiving these record profits from were taxpayer-funded R&D projects.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost as if we should get a cut of their profits from those years. I'm just saying.
I think so.
If a company makes a profit off of taxpayer-funded research, then maybe the taxpayers should reap a windfall from that.
Have you seen the idiocy out of Great Britain?
There's so much.
Have you seen the idiocy?
Which?
Look, I expect to say this and then be banned from Great Britain. But if you say
you're heartbroken.
Not really. Hashtag not my royals.
Yeah.
Right? They are now saying if you post things in the United States that are offensive to people in Great Britain, you can be brought up on charges.
Yeah.
I say if they send you the charges, send them a copy.
Charge me, bro.
Send them a copy of the Declaration of Independence and say we've been free since 1776. And then you can add whatever 5-letter word at the end that you want.
Yeah. Have you seen the "Here's my permit" meme from Parks and Rec?
No.
So there's the libertarian guy on Parks and Rec. Ron, yeah.
Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson is doing something.
I'm having steak for breakfast, steak for lunch, and steak for dinner.
And a police officer approaches him
Yeah.
and demands to know why he's doing that and wants to see his permit. And he just hands a piece of paper that says, I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
He just walks away.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
There was an instance of, I'm going to say this and we're all going to get in trouble, but I'm going to say it anyway. It was a video, a guy, a supposed, alleged ATF agent. I don't know if it was a real ATF agent or somebody posing as ATF. I believe there was probably a real ATF agent. Knocked on a guy's door somewhere in the Midwest and said, I saw that you bought some guns and I'm here to make sure you still have your guns. And the guy said, well, I don't feel comfortable opening the door because I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You're just telling me you're an ATF agent, right? And I can't verify that you are one. But hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Went to the door and called the cops. Told the cops that someone was there asking for his guns. So the cops show up, all like, hey, we got to protect this guy. Someone's trying to break it. And the ATF agent refuses to comply with the demands of the local authorities to get on the ground. So they tackle him on the ground.
Hatfields and McCoys.
It's all on body cam. And then he continues to kind of fight and resist them, and they eventually tase him. To which he's like, no, don't tase me. It's back to the old University of Florida.
Don't tase me, bro.
Right? But it's like, dude, all of this could have been avoided by just simply complying with the officers, not escalating the situation.
I thought you were going to say complying with the Constitution.
Well,
the Second Amendment?
That too.
The Bill of Rights?
Yes. 100%.
He just complied with the Bill of Rights of the Constitution. Then.
Isn't it interesting that somebody was trying to do an illegal search and seizure and may have found it done to them?
Weird.
Irony. Anyway.
We love irony.
We're not going to show the video.
Much like Alanis Morissette.
Who?
You don't know. She's Canadian.
Jagged Little Pill. Was that her?
Yeah. And the song is on that album. So 2 points. Mike Davis gets 2 points added to trivia tomorrow.
I feel like Cliff Clavin sometimes at Cheers at the bar. There's so much useless information rattling around in this brain.
Same.
And the problem is I'm going to get old one day and lose some information. And I hope it's the useless stuff and not the really important stuff.
Yeah, that's the terrible thing. I just know I'm going to be the old person in the nursing home that's lost all of the cogent and deep thoughts. And I'm just going to be like this weird movie quote spewing wackadoo that they medicate because they can't tell what I'm saying.
Yes.
Davey says one of the greatest albums of all time.
Pete, for the record, I would like to be a lighter shade of orange tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, just for the record, Pete. Okay. Question of the day for our listeners.
All right.
So you guys reply back. Give
you
me
had
some
to make
comments
it deep
back.
for question of the day.
It is question of the day. Are we in a recession? Are we currently in one? Because the media would tell you no. People that are on the right will tell you yes. People that are in the middle class would say heck yes. So I'm just, and lower income people be like, for a long time, bro. So I just want to know what you guys think. I mean, for me, I've noticed some signs, and a lot of my stuff is just anecdotal. It's not. I don't believe a lot of the stuff that comes out of the government. I don't know we can trust all the numbers because people are always cooking the books. But what I look at is some of the stuff that's going on, trends within my industry, and I find that to be very, very interesting. So technically, they will tell you that we haven't had enough quarters of an economic downturn to be a recession. But I'll also tell you, if you're running the books and you don't want there to be a recession.
Was that before or after they changed the definition of a recession?
They've changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yes. Davey, we had problems with that cam today.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davey, but I'll bet you look good in orange. I bet you looked good in color, Davey. I feel like the original TV stars. They had that kind of odd color.
They put the Vaseline on the lens.
Please do if it were purple one day. Barbara Jean, yes, I will. I think I have one purple shirt upstairs that's Recovery RX maybe dropped off.
Maybe.
I think that's the only purple shirt I have, unless you count the 904 now 0.5 beer run as being purple.
Those were blue.
Yeah, but they were like a purplish blue.
They were light blue.
They were a purplish blue. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Yep. The little Bobby, no, don't give me that kind of news. Bobby is not helping today. Not helping. But anyway, out of curiosity, Melissa says no.
That's what I know is going to happen, Bobby. I'm going to end up being the stinking, weirdo movie line girl in old lady, because that's the only thing I'm going to be able to recall.
My stuff is talking to people in the construction industry, because construction usually leads that downturn, because people it's a big discretionary spending item.
Yeah.
So when it becomes unaffordable, people just stop.
Yeah.
And so there have been stories of construction downturn. Permits in St. Johns County actually dropped a pretty good amount from June to July.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see if that what happens from there. But my other one is when I drive home at night.
Yeah.
Like when I drive home at 6:15, 6:30, there's nobody on the road.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody on the road. There used to be tons of people on the road at 6 o'clock, 6:15. So when no one's on the road, tells me people are already home and they're not going out.
Yeah.
They're not going and doing things. There was a long run of years that we would drive from for middle school and high school sports up to Jacksonville for games. And 2004, 5, 6, and in that range, traffic was miserable. It would take you 2 hours to get someplace. 2008, same place, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it just slowly kind of built back over time. So and that was just that people couldn't drive. They were carpooling. There was less cars on the road. Who's calling you in the middle of our show? Better not be Troy Blevins.
Is a text.
Okay. All right.
For my other job. Yes, we're in a recession. 100%.
I just look at what things cost. I can't believe
because people are making more than they ever have, but they can afford less.
Yes.
Like that. It's terrible. I mean, it's the meme of if you artificially inflate wages, then that's great, but everyone's wages are going to artificially inflate, so you'll just be able to buy less. It's what happened in the Pacific Northwest when they instituted, what was it, $15 or $20 an hour minimum wage. They were the first in the country. It was like 2010, 2012. And people were like, well, I feel better when I see my check, but no, I can't buy anymore. I can actually buy less because I'm getting fewer hours. So, yes, it's terrible out there.
Barbara Jean, I will find a purple shirt. Do not buy me one. Save that money for you. Besides, I wear a medium and they don't sell those.
It's girlish figure.
I've worked very hard. It's a lot of Pilates. You don't understand.
It's been a decade since I've seen a schmedium.
Schmedium. Lots of things I could say to that.
You go for it.
I'm going to let them all go.
You go for it and find out whether you have a producer tomorrow, sir.
I'm going to let them all go. I was thinking more about Louis, but I'm just going to let them all go. So, yeah.
Louis gotten bigger too, but in a different way.
I'm just going to let it all go. Yep. Somewhere Davey's laughing. Somewhere the other kid in the car is laughing.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get out a little bit early today.
All right.
Because tomorrow we may run a little late because we have trivia.
We've got trivia.
We got the boys coming in. The
whole kit and caboodle.
The whole Bollocks boys are coming in. I've got a ton of trivia. All of a sudden, a plethora of trivia just dropped in my lap this week. All kinds of really good stuff.
A veritable cornucopia.
And I am saving the Taylor Swift stuff for Davey.
All right, Davey.
Just for Davey.
I throw down the gauntlet, sir.
I want to see who has more Taylor Swift knowledge.
Davey does.
Yep. He challenged me one day about Eric Church. And without any knowledge, I would say I got a B- on the test. I would say I didn't do awful bad. I think I surprised Davey because I knew some stuff that he's like, there's no way he's going to know this. And I knew some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out. And then tomorrow is the morning show. And I'm sure that all of you that vote on a regular basis are just starting your kitchen cooking fires with mailers.
I don't know, because I don't get any.
I can't believe that list.
I would be surprised if I've gotten this many the entire season. And this is a week for you.
Yep. Karen has the best size. OMG.
Baby girl. I'm OMGXL. We can talk later.
Karen's my cousin. I love my cousins. Viewers all over the Southeast.
Barbara Jean asks if she's fat. No, darling. You're not. You're tiny. I've hugged you. You're lucky you don't blow over in a windstorm. It's a good thing you stay inside during hurricanes or you'd be gone. You're tiny.
Amanda loves you.
Yes.
We all do.
Of course.
We all do. Okay. So tomorrow morning show's on. Catch those guys. There's a show in the middle of the day. The name escapes me.
What time is the middle of the day?
The afternoon?
The afternoon show.
And there's a guy on there that's,
Amazing.
yeah, Pete's awesome.
And there's another guy on there that's larger than life, bigger than better. Davey.
Bigger than better. Yes. But tune into those two shows. We'll be back tomorrow night with Bollocks. We'll have a lot of fun. Try to stay safe from politics.
Oy vey.
Mark safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
I am not Mark safe. Bye.